Let's take a moment. Just connect to your inner world for a minute. Taking deep breaths. Just relaxing your body, letting go of the external world. The message that I want to share today, it's quite emotional for me. So I need to find that place within myself, that center, that harmony, to be able to share from that place. And I think it's also important that as you listen to messages, that you also can receive it best when you're in a state of harmony, and that your mind is clear to really allow the impressions of what is being said to reach your soul. I've been getting very clearly a message for myself, and since I know that we're all connected, we are all one. All is one. We're a oneness and a we-ness. Then I know that everything that I'm experiencing, you're experiencing. Everything that I need to transmute, where I need to use my ability to change a negative emotion into at least a state of harmony, maybe even bring it to a higher level of positivity, when we need to use our powers of alchemy. If I need to do that, then I know that you're struggling with the same things I am. And my joys are your joys. And what's very clear to me is that sometimes we forget who we are. We really forget who we are. So I'm here to remind you. We're taught from a very young age to really need so many things outside of ourselves, to want so many things outside of that's outside of us. Meaning the external world is so much more important than the inner world. That we don't realize that this entire cosmic play, the only currency we have is our energy. I'm going to repeat. The only currency we have is our energy. So your goal, your aim should be to do anything and everything you can to return to a state of harmony. And I know and it's not a struggle, it's not a fight, it's not like something you have to do. Because that's the other part that needs to be clear. Because that would be, there's certain golden rules, I call them. One of them is not to have a relationship with negative thoughts. So it's not like a fight to return to harmony. It's just to observe that something is taking you out, that you're no longer in a state of harmony. And the minute you can observe that you're there, then it's much easier for you to sit back and let it go. To take a moment for yourself and say, you know what, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to be triggered in this moment. And then by doing that and not going into any kind of thought process about it, because that's part of it, right? The thing is, once you're triggered, then you can go into this whole dark alleyway of thoughts, trying to battle yourself back, when the only thing you have to do is say, oh, it's you again. Oh, I'm getting triggered again. To be able to be the observer and sit back and say, no, you know what? I'm going to sit down. I'm going to take a deep breath. And I'm going to say to myself, This will pass. Don't engage it. Don't have a relationship with it. Observe what it is that is triggering you. Start to become, because to be an alchemist, to be able to transmute negative energy into positive energy, which is all, that's the philosopher's stone. Everyone thinks that gold is actual gold. But again, the only currency in this cosmic play is energy. And either people are taking it from you, or you're taking it from others, which is really what we shouldn't do, because we have within us the ability to create this beautiful energy. And the question is, what are you going to do with it? Are you making efforts to create this elixir of energy within you? And there's so much information that I could share with you on what takes you out, how to create it. One of the ways to create this beautiful energy, I'm just going to say it, is impressions. Impressions. What are you allowing yourself to see? Are you watching television and the news and the politics and the disasters? I mean, I know there's a certain sense that we need to be informed, but how much do you need to be informed? I don't watch television at all. I find out what happens through my tribe. People who I happen to be around will mention, "Did you hear about? Isn't that terrible?" And I'll be like, I'm usually honest about it. I'm like, no, but thanks for telling me, because in a way, I want to be somewhat connected to the world. But my aim is to be in a state of love and in the higher realms, in the higher dimensions. And the only way to do that is to really treasure your energy, is to work on your thoughts, be the observer of your thoughts. We are warriors. That's the other part I wanted to say. We are warriors. We've come into this existence at this particular time on the galactic transits, in the ascension of Earth, in the huge shifts that are happening, and energy shifts that we're experiencing. We've chosen this particular time to be on Earth. Wow. You are a warrior. And you can't forget that. You have to have, there is something in you, and nothing has to have. I use that language because it's my nature to be like, you have to have and you must. But there is something in you that can have that pinpoint focus. You're in a battle for your energy. And there's only one reason. You're needed to anchor light. You're needed to anchor a blueprint that's ready to come into the earth. And it's waiting for enough of us to be able to anchor it through just by being clear, just by being in a state of love, just by being in harmony. I know it sounds simplistic. I know there are people who would say, oh, if she's out of her mind. Oh my God, I've been this being of love for so long. And I've had, of course, the entire world has been saying to me, don't be naive. Who are you? Like, of course, there's no such thing as other dimensions and higher beings and archangels and ascended masters. I used to experience the earth as a being of light, and it was so alive to me. Every time I went into nature, I felt such a gift of being rejuvenated and given this beautiful energy from nature. And I'm sure it was mutual. Because when you enter this beautiful garden and you are in a state of love, the flowers are feeling it, the trees, the rocks, the birds, nature. It's an exchange. And then pay attention. When you're in front of somebody and suddenly you feel pulled, depleted, triggered, pay attention. Pay attention. In what my meditation, I'm not sure it's going to be the first meditation that I'm going to do, but I would like to teach you how to unplug or cut the circuitry that some people in our lives who we love and that we're around a lot, sometimes we create these triggers are created between you and someone else. And if it's, let's say, if it's a parent or sibling, or even a partner, someone that's close to you, you can dissolve those triggers. And that's really important because those are the people that are in your life, the people that you love. So it's really important to be able to do that. That's going to be one of my meditations, and it's very powerful. But I was thinking of doing that as my first meditation, but I also think it's just as important to learn how to enter harmony, presence, how to elevate the state of love. And I believe that's going to be my first, is just guiding all of us to be able to, through my voice, through the collective, because I won't be doing this alone. I'll be doing this collectively with my tribe. Together, we can create this beautiful energy that we could all just sit in and bathe ourselves, soar in the energy of love and harmony. And then the meditation that follows, I like to coach you or guide you through how to dissolve triggers and energetic buttons between people that are in your life that you have to be in their space. It could be a boss. It could be anyone. It could be a mother-in-law, anything, anyone. And it will be recorded, so you could play the recording several times and disconnect everybody. Because we need to be able to have emotional sovereignty. It's really important. Really important. So the message today is our only currency is energy, and the highest possible energy that we could, or state that we could be in, is the energy of love. And that our aim should be to preserve it by simply becoming observers of what takes us out, and to take moments to return to a state of harmony. And not to forget who you are. We're not the avatar that's having this physical experience. We are divine spiritual beings that have decided to have this physical experience at this very specific time to change the world, to change the way this physical world has been transiting. We're here to change that to one of love, community, of looking after each other. And so I'll leave you with this message today. I did pull a reading, a tarot card reading, and I will hopefully at some point record it and then share it between today and tomorrow, depending on how my day goes. Sending a lot of love to everybody. Stay in harmony and stay as much as you can in this state of love. Love you all.